Material handling flow. How are materials verified before approval? An inspection to be carried out on material arrival. All details in the specification sheet or certification of analysis, COA, provided by the supplier are checked with respect to the batches received. Materials are sampled for testing following a sampling plan. The plan may include the sampled quantity, number, and sampling location. Analytical testing is carried out at QC laboratory on the sample. Testing results are verified. Results are also checked against the ones stated in COA. Testing results are recorded and documented. Material handling during verification testing status should be retrievable. Segregation of different materials, hazardous, packaging materials, temperature-sensitive materials, flavor, protein, extracts. Storage condition, temperature and humidity monitoring. Disposal of damaged goods. Handling of spillage, prevent contamination. FIFO practice, short shelf life materials. Safety data sheet, SDS, for the chemicals shall be properly filed and kept at the laboratory for reference. What if the materials fail the verification test? Materials that fail the test shall be rejected by QC lab, quarantined at store for further investigation with the supplier. QC unit has to assure the consistency of the skills of the analyst and the methods used. Failed result investigation may be carried out to identify the cause of the inconsistency of test results. Further discussion with the supplier is required if the analytical method used is found to be different from the method used by the supplier. How to document the verification results. Documentation includes date and name of the QC analyst who conduct the test, batch of the chemical being tested, SOPs and sampling plan used, all individual testing records, testing status, accept/reject/pending for further investigation, name of personnel who verify the results, name of personnel, some common tests performed on food products by AVA, test for chemical contaminants, tests for nutritional components, food additives, and preservatives, tests for drug residues, tests for pesticide residues, tests for food microbiology, tests for foodborne parasites, tests on food physical quality, tests for foodborne toxins, testing capability in molecular biology and GMO analyses. Question 1. List the appropriate actions to be taken if a batch of incoming raw ingredients fails to meet the specification requirements during the incoming QC check. Materials that fail the test shall be rejected by QC lab. They would be quarantined until further investigation with the supplier. Failed result investigation may be carried out to identify the cause of the inconsistency of test results. Question 2. List 4 critical information to be included in a test report of a batch of food product. Date and name of the QC analyst who conduct the test. Batch of the food being tested. SOPs and sampling plan used. All individual testing records. Testing status, accept/reject/pending for further investigation. Name of personnel who verify the results. Name of personnel who approve the results. Out of specification investigation. Before, companies are allowed to retest their products in order to obtain a pass result to release the batch of product, assuming that the first test must have been erroneous. Now, retest of products is allowed when the investigation of the out-of-specification test result is completed and documented. Laboratory analysts play a key role in achieving accurate laboratory testing results. The importance of investigating out-of-specification test results. The purpose of the investigation is to determine the cause of the out-of-specification result. When a batch is rejected, investigation is necessary to determine if the result is associated with other batches of the same drug product. Batch rejection does not negate the need to perform the investigation. What is meant by out-of-specification test results? Out-of-specification results includes all suspect results that fall outside the specifications or acceptance criteria established by the manufacturer. An investigation is to be conducted whenever an out-of-specification test result is obtained. QC analyst's role in investigating out-of-specification test results. A checklist of possible sources of error which may include: was the correct amount of sample taken? Were the sample dilutions correctly performed? Were other reagents and solutions correctly prepared and used? Are the calculations correct? Was the performance of the instrument in good condition? The analyst should be aware of potential problems that could occur during the testing procedure. Laboratory error should be relatively rare. How can a QC analyst prevent out-of-specification test results from occurring? Responsibilities of the QC analyst: verifying that the correct analytical procedure is used, verifying that all the paperwork is in order, retaining the original test preparations until data and results have been checked, discontinuing testing and notifying a supervisor as soon as possible if a problem is suspected. Ensure equipment used for testing is calibrated.